Hey guys, Tim here with another quick mobility screen just to give you a way to kind of self-assess how your body's moving and really your readiness to perform a lot of the higher level exercises and activities that we do here at Jay. So this time we are looking at overhead mobility, kind of flexibility of the upper spine and the entire shoulder complex. Really, really important that we have the ability to kind of attain and stabilize in a fully overhead position, especially if we're going to do something like a snatch where we're pulling weight off the ground and then having to catch a pretty heavy weight in a full stable overhead position. If we don't have it, then the most common compensation I tend to see is people overextending through the low and mid back in order to get the arm overhead and catch that weight. So if you feel like you are kind of really inefficient or something doesn't feel right with things like snatching and jerking, or if you have pain with any of those movements, then this is definitely the video for you. So the test itself is pretty simple. What we're going to do is get next to a wall. We'll have hips and knees bent to about 90 degrees, and you can pull down on that wall with your feet just to tuck your pelvis a little bit, kind of a tail tucking motion. In this position, all of my back should be in pretty good contact with the floor. We use this position because it really highlights if a person doesn't have ample shoulder range of motion, they could feel their back kind of peel away from the floor. So the test is this: keeping the low and mid back in contact with the floor, can I get one arm overhead at a time? So I can get my right arm overhead without too much issue. And my left one stops right about there, which I can tell you is about 6 or 7 inches away from the floor. Now I haven't warmed up, not going to work out after this or anything like that, but that is an asymmetry that I'm probably going to want to clear with some targeted mobility work, either kind of in my warm-up or before my warm-up, so that I can do overhead activities better with far less risk of compensating through the low, mid-back, and best case scenario being slightly inefficient, worst case scenario ending up with a shoulder or back injury because I'm lacking that range of motion. So give that test a try. I would test one arm at a time. If both are good, then you can test both arms overhead and see how you do in a kind of a low stability demand position. Can you express that full overhead range of motion? If you can't laying on your back, then you probably won't be able to with 135 pounds overhead. You could check out my YouTube channel for some ideas on how to improve that shoulder range of motion. And as always, if this is something that you feel like you continue to struggle with and you just can't get this test to feel right or cleared, then definitely get in contact with TJ or myself to set up a mobility assessment. Thanks for watching.